Srimate Bhagavate Swami Namaste Namaste Gauravani Pacharine Shesha Sundari Astachari Shakari Om Jnananatim Jnana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Tadati Swavadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we like to. Is there any way we can? Is there any room to move forward at all? Can we move? Can we move forward or not? Is it not possible? Or in some space in the corner? Or I don't know. There seem to be lots of devotees arriving, but there's nowhere to go. I don't know what to do. Is there a projector?
Projector and maps and speakers.
Oh, you've got everything organized very well. Oh, very high tech. Hare Krishna. That's good. Hare Bo, Devarit Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Philippines is missing you. Life is meant for tapasya. We're going to Krishna loves, if he wants, we're going there in 3 or 4 days' time to the Philippines. Any other devotees from the Philippines here today? There's a few in Brisbane still, is there not?
Yeah, Narad Rishi is here.
Narad Rishi and... Oh, he's up the Sunshine now. Wherever we're from, this is the wonderful thing of Srila Prabhupada's movement. He's brought us all together. Whether we're in Brisbane, Philippines, Sunshine Coast, or wherever we are, we're all together in the same family. We may call different names. We may have different inspirations, different Siksha Gurus, official Diksha Gurus, whatever it may be. But we're all in the same family because we're all following the same directive. We're all followers of Srila Prabhupada, trying to fulfill his mission. Different devotees may have different opinions about the details, but the principle is there. According to our understanding or according to our situation, we're trying to fulfill the mission of Srila Prabhupada. We hope we don't have a separate agenda. Sometimes that may come in, and of course, that is like salt in sweet rice. It makes everything unpalatable. If we actually have the interest of the spiritual master, the interest of Krishna in the center, then where will be the question of disharmony? Where will be the question of, arguments, positive maybe, but not negative. We will all work together under one umbrella. But if we have our own agendas, then of course can create some problems. The whole purpose is to bring unity. Prabhupada wanted unity. Unity with Krishna's agenda in the center. So initiation today is the ceremony of, I don't know your name, Prabhu. What's your name? Ranchor Rai. And your good wife? Pardon? Rukmini? Rukmini Dwarkadish. Ranchor Rai and Rukmini Dwarkadish. Is that correct?
Yes.
And our priest today, did you give him the name? Hare Krishna. I'd like to thank the management here, Janardhan Prabhu and your team, for Pasilia Varshanamati, of course, and your team. I'm your team, whoever you are. I don't know who you are, but a team. We work together as a team with one purpose: to try. We have our own opinions. Everyone has their own angle of vision, but it's the same goal, isn't it? We say sometimes, I can't give a clear example here. Okay, we'll take this little box here, and that's not a very good example. There's nothing here I can say is a good example. Anyway, it's an example. What do you see? What do you see? Don't know if you see a box. You see a white color, right? You see a white color?
Yes.
And then what does it look like? Is it round or what?
Rectangular.
Yeah, upright, huh? It's thin. It's thin, isn't it? Thin? What do you see?
Color.
Yeah, you see some different. It's not the same, is it? You see it different. What do you see?
Different.
What do you see? Different. But it's the same thing, isn't it? It's no different. It's the same. It's a one box. So everyone's in a different position. We're seeing the same thing. That should be the idea. We're seeing Krishna in the center. And there's variety. So to bring the unity in the variety, to understand how we're putting Krishna in the center. This is what Srila Prabhupada has given us. This is a better example he's given. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Just a white piece of something. What do you see? Little line. But it's, it's a little different, but it's the same. It's just different angles looking at the same thing. We can't see the whole in its entirety, but we have to understand whatever we're seeing in relationship with Krishna. And if we always put Krishna in the center of every thought, every word, every deed, there will be unity. But as soon as we have our own interpretation, our own agendas, putting our sensual desires in the forefront, the way I like it. No, the whole purpose of this movement is the way Krishna likes it. And to channel the way we may be conditioned in certain ways, but to channel that towards Krishna's will. This is Krishna consciousness. It's not just some artificial imposition. It's actually alive. It's our life. It's our very being, our very consciousness. An initiation of the stage, whether today we have devotees, Ranchor Rai Prabhu and was it Radhika? No. Rukmini Dwarkadish Devi Dasi are officially, they've already accepted the vows of Diksha, right? Mantra, Diksha. You've accepted your Gayatri already. So that's already there. They've taken those vows. Today they're just, we could say, confirming or just fulfilling the promises they've made by taking part in today's Havan, today's ceremony. And also, many of you know Dia. Do you all know Dia? Does everyone know? She's no longer Dia. She's still dear, but not Dia. Yeah, maybe you still call her Dia. There's nothing wrong. What's your name now? Do you remember? You remember the name? I remember it. I'm just testing. Who knows her new name? She actually at the Gold Coast yesterday, because amongst her friends and members there, she accepted the vows of Namdiksha, first initiation. And today again she's confirming and finalizing her vows to accept this responsibility in Prabhupada's family, to put Krishna in the center, particularly through chanting the holy name. And how do we do that through chanting the holy name? We'll come on to that later. So Dia is now Divya Leela Devi Dasi. Divya Leela Devi Dasi ki jai. Hadi Om. Because you won't get that later on, because you won't be coming up for your beads. So Hare Krishna. And I think known to all of the members of the community, I'm not sure. Have you seen him before? The first time here, isn't it? Manoj Prabhu, many years, member of this community, and his good wife Megan. Many, many years serving here. They're doing good service?
Beautiful.
They're okay.
How about the festivals?
Prasadam?
Festivals.
Festivals.
And they're always ready. Manoj Prabhu is always ready to fix anything, organise anything. I can just pick up the phone to him and he can sort all our problems out. So.
Wow. Good to have someone like that around, isn't it?
And I hear Manaji does paraphernalia services and various other assistances to the Pujari department.
Good, wonderful. And I think he likes to serve prasad also, or not? Do you like prasad or not?
He's really good at
Serve,
serving
serve.
our prasad.
Does he? Yeah, that's a good service, isn't it? Serving prasad. Ooh. Wonderful. That's the whole mission, is to give mercy, isn't it? Prabhupada came. Partly his secret weapon, huh? Prasad distribution, especially. It was very notable in the beginning of the movement, particularly. Prabhupada was cooking himself in the very, very beginning. And then he trained devotees to cook like that. So the prasad was like something irresistible, because most of you are from Indian descent. So you're kind of familiar, maybe slightly different variety, but you're familiar with the basic diet or the basic items which are offered. But still there's something different between that which is offered to Krishna, isn't it? You can go to an Indian restaurant, but when the food is offered with love to Krishna, isn't it different? You've experienced that? Many times devotees, they buy their cookbook, and people, I'm not other devotees, but people buy their cookbook, and they say it doesn't taste the same as what I when I went to the temple. And this is not a full recipe. There's something missing here. What is missing?
Love.
Well, we hope it's love, but just the offering to the Lord. We would say that when the preparations are offered, what's mixed in there is Krishna's saliva. No, you wouldn't be very inspired with someone else's saliva. Pure devotee of the Lord, same as Srila Prabhupada, isn't it? I don't know if you ever got the chance to take his remnants here in Vendrapur, but Srila Prabhupada's remnant. Any other Srila Prabhupada and his direct disciples here today? Anyone else? Sarabi's not here. And maybe she's, I don't know, but anyway, sometimes you get that chance, Prabhupada's chewed on an orange peel, on an orange. He would suck them. He wouldn't. Sometimes we eat them and put the whole thing, but Prabhupada wouldn't do that. He wouldn't accept it. You had to cut the orange into 8 segments, and you had to know how to do it too. If you cut it wrong, it wouldn't be accepted. You have to know how to cut it properly. And he would suck the orange, and then he'd come back with the pith and the skin joined together. And everyone's waiting for that to come out of Prabhupada's room. If he's taken oranges, it's like the highlight of your life, to get that orange peel that Prabhupada sucked on, Whew. I mean, imagine an ordinary person like that, you wouldn't want to go near it. But it's become transcendental, spiritually enlivening. When you prepare prasadam with love, what does that mean? We're trying to do it for the pleasure of Krishna. We're not doing it because I like it. You don't go in the kitchen and think, what do I like to eat today? Let me think what I'll cook, because I like this, this, and this. I'll offer that to Krishna. What is that love? Is that love? Yes, it's love for yourself. Isn't it? At home, you have to think of those things. You have to look after your children, your husband, whatever it is. That's a different thing. But in the temple, one thinks, what would Krishna like? And there you also have to take into account what Krishna likes. He is not just a statue. This temple is for everyone to come. He loves it when he sees people coming here. He loves it. For instance, give an example. In Mayapur, I don't know what year it was, maybe mid-70s, they were doing their big Food for Life, and it was a Kadashi. And Prabhupada personally was asking, what are you distributing to the public on a Kadashi? The devotees were saying we're doing savadana and this thing and that, this sabji and that. Prabhupada said, no, khichdi. You make khichdi, that's what they know. Ekadashi or no Ekadashi, that's not the point. We are sometimes like this, missing the whole purpose of mercy, of distributing Krishna consciousness to everything that exists. That's Prabhupada's mood, is here everything that exists was related to Krishna. It's not an in-house club. Our purpose is, we are just, we can't say why we're so fortunate, it's just unconditional mercy of Srila Prabhupada that he's brought this message and showering it everywhere. It's up to us whether we want to hide from it or not. And it's up to us how much we take it. The mercy is there. You have to take it and pass it on. So today this is another, we hope, another step forward for you in your spiritual life. You already made the step. We hope this will help you to make the step even more serious. We don't just take vows, get a new name, and everyone ba ba ba. Yay! Divya Leela Devi Dasi ki jai! That's the end of it. This is to help cement some scars in our hearts, to make it deep in our hearts. How important is it? We sometimes forget, we get carried away thinking something else is more important. There is nothing more important in the existence than Krishna consciousness, in terms of consciousness. All other forms of consciousness are a disturbance, no matter what they are. Of course, you may say Ram conscious or Nrsimha conscious. That's also Krishna conscious. And if it doesn't lead to Krishna consciousness, if it's connected to the process leading to Krishna consciousness, then it's valuable. But it doesn't stop at that. Krishna says, give up all these other stepping stones. Sarva dharma prityaga. Give them all up. And take this completely. Surrender to me wholly and solely. We can't necessarily do it immediately. That's verse number 690 or something like 688 of the 700. There's exactly so. I counted them one by one. There are 700 verses in the Bhagavad Gita, as it is, 700. So that's about 688. So there's a build up to that. But we have to know what that goal is. We're not going to be satisfied with anything less than that. But we encourage people, wherever they're on, to try to connect, to try to take. So this today is different stages on that path. Usually this initiation ceremony, which is whatever form it takes, but the initiation within Parampara disciplic succession, in our particular line of disciplic succession, the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, is absolutely required. It's a necessity. Unless, give me if my computer is there or not, I don't know, it should be. To surrender, it's a stage of surrender, a stage of acceptance. Initiation is to let go of our false ego and allow the transcendental sound of the pure devotee of Srila Prabhupada to enter into our hearts. And that is our guiding light. What is this? Where is it? What are all these things? Just give me a sec. We'll get there, here we go. I'll just read a few things. These are various statements of Srila Prabhupada. This is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 135 in the purport. One should always remember that a person who is reluctant to accept the spiritual master and be initiated is sure to be baffled in his endeavor to go back to Godhead. One who is not properly initiated may present himself as a great devotee, but in fact he is sure to encounter many stumbling blocks on his path of progress towards spiritual realization, with the result that he must continue his term of material existence without relief. I'll jump forward a little bit. Prabhupada writes, the service of the spiritual master is essential. If there is no chance to serve the spiritual master directly, and if there is information, I don't know in Australia, but I know in many parts of the world, many of Srila Prabhupada's initiated disciples, whether he was personally on the planet, that is, never even saw him. They never actually directly saw him. They received their initiation by post, and everything was done like that. Oh, what do you call that? It's the distant, whatever. And many who didn't, most of those who got initiated never said, didn't receive any direct. I mean, when I say direct, I mean like you ask somebody, can you tell me what to do, like that. No direct word from Prabhupada as to you should do this, you should do that. That wasn't there. Very few devotees ever wrote a letter to Prabhupada. Very few devotees actually spoke with Prabhupada. Many didn't even see Prabhupada. But nobody felt like they were missing anything. Because the instructions of Srila Prabhupada are there. They come through others. They come through Prabhupada's. Those who had close association with Prabhupada, of course, also were sharing. And Prabhupada wanted that. He made it so clear to us in general, the majority of his disciples. Do you take guidance from senior devotees, my sannyasis or my temple authorities? Do you take guidance like that? That was considered to be service to Prabhupada. Well, I'll do it for Prabhupada. No. That was how we did it for Prabhupada. We understood it like that. And of course it would be confirmed. You have to study Srila Prabhupada's books and hear his lectures to hear from him. That way we're also directly, in one sense you could say, we're hearing from Prabhupada. We're in his association when we read his books. We're in his association, depending on how, it's the same here today. You may be sitting in the room, but you may not understand or even listen to a word. There may be some bugs or flies in the room. It means nothing much to them. And our mind may not be in here also. Our mind may be, God knows where. Somewhere else. We're worrying about our family or our car, somebody's, whatever. Mind is somewhere else. The more we're focused, that means the more we're focused on the words of the spiritual master as they're coming down through the disciplic succession, the more we hold on to that, we're safe. We're in a safe position, and that will transform our consciousness. We can become instrumental in fulfilling the mission of the spiritual master. The service of the spiritual master is essential. If there is no chance to serve the spiritual master directly, a devotee should serve him by remembering his instructions. We have to find out what they are. They're there in Prabhupada's books. They're not different. This is why we say we're all in the same family, no matter who you are. Everyone is, they should be, trying to follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions. There may be, we're different. So you see, specific instructions, maybe, more emphasis on farming or gurukul or book distribution or opening temples, whatever it is. They're all part of the Sankirtan movement. There is no difference between the spiritual master's instructions and the spiritual master himself. In his absence, therefore, his words of direction should be the pride of the disciple. If one thinks he's above consulting anyone else, including a spiritual master, he is at once an offender at the lotus feet of the Lord. None of us are not. We always have to bear that in mind. Even Srila Prabhupada. He would even ask his own disciples, what do you think? Even though he's on the topmost platform, Uttama Bhagavat. And if we're like that, if we think, I don't need to ask anyone, I can work it out myself, Prabhupada says, such an offender can never go back to Godhead. It is imperative that a serious person accept a bona fide spiritual master in terms of Shastric injunctions. We'll read a few more things. In the Nectar of Devotion, Srila Prabhupada writes in the introduction, the connection with the spiritual master is called initiation. Of course, you can say that connection is already there. Indeed it is. There's no mention in Lord Chaitanya's personal presence of an official initiation. Devotees surrender to him, they receive instruction from him, chant Hare Krishna or go to Vrindavan, write about Bhakti Yoga, open temples, whatever, like that. But that was to accept the spiritual master's word as one's life and soul is the real essential. That's the life force of initiation, not the ceremony itself. That's to enforce it, to confirm it. And we should take that seriously. Just like if you get married. I know in this day and age we're in, these things are not so easy, neither are they taken so seriously. The society is not protecting or even arranging such situations which are more favorable. It's a very difficult time. But when it comes to initiation, we see the same thing as there. Prabhupada had to face it. During Prabhupada's personal presence, so many devotees left. So many devotees drifted away. The material energy is so strong, we're so weak. And, there's so many forces. We've got our baggage from the past, our attachments are intense. So if we really want to go back to Godhead, it's open to everyone. So you have to hold on tight. Mamchi yoga vichara, bhakti yogena sevate, sukhanam samdipjeta, brahmabhuyaya kalpate. You have to hold on, not fall down under any circumstances. Hold on to those instructions, even if there's some difficulty. Get back online again and consult. The connection with the spiritual master is called initiation. From the date of initiation by the spiritual master, the connection between Krishna and a person cultivating Krishna consciousness is established. Without initiation by a bona fide spiritual master, the actual connection with Krishna consciousness is never performed. We may be preparing ourselves, depending on the level, of course. I mean, the connection may start as soon as we meet a bona fide spiritual master. As soon as somebody hears from Srila Prabhupada's books or from the lectures, a little bit of submission, a little bit of acceptance, their beginning is there. It's a stage. But that isn't the end, that's the beginning. We want to go forward. We want to please Krishna. Prabhupada said, you can please me the most by becoming a pure devotee. Not just by doing this, and that. Become pure. Freed, anyavilasata shunyam, jnana kamajanavitam, anukulyena krishnanushilinam. That's what Prabhupada, this is the essential verse in our Bible, Nectar of Devotion. Key verse. Devotional service has to be devoid of any other desire, not desire for fruitive results. We're not doing this to get freed of karma, to get liberated, to get a nice position in the heavenly planets, to get a position in this lifetime. It's not our business. That may come or not come. That's not the worry of a devotee. Anukulyena Krishna. Devotional service. Anukula, you probably all know. Favorable, that which is pleasing to Krishna. It ultimately pleases us. In our conditioned state, we may think it won't. I don't want to do that, I want to do this. I want to offer Krishna this, not that. But the transformation is when we make that little austerity, what Krishna wants. That's why we learn what to offer to the deity when it comes to bhog. We don't just cook what we like. We want to only cook what Krishna likes. That's should be the mood. Offer it with love. Cook it with love, which means at least trying to follow the principle. We've asked how to do it. We're guided. We do it properly. Offer it to the Lord. Distribute it with love. In this way, love enters into the receiver's heart. Those who are fortunate to receive that prasadam also will become enlightened. The more the devotion is there. Priti purvakam is the essential word. Priti purvakam. Offered with love. One should not proudly think that one can understand the transcendental loving the service of the Lord simply by reading books. One must become a servant of a Vaishnava. As Narottam Das Thakur has confirmed, Judiya Vaishnava Sevanishtara Prayachikeva. One cannot be in a transcendental position unless one very faithfully, faithfully serves a pure Vaishnava. One must accept a Vaishnava Guru, Ado Gurvashrayam, and then by questions and answers. One should gradually learn what pure devotional service to Krishna is. This is called Parampara system. That was from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lecture of Prabhupada in August in New York, 66. Prabhupada says, Krishna is the first spiritual master, and when we become more interested, then we have to go to a physical spiritual master. How does one connect the spiritual to the spiritual master? Through a book, or you can connect spiritual master. No, you have to associate, Prabhupada says. Shamsundar, can you associate through book? She asked. Prabhupada, yes, you can, through book and also personal. Because when you make a spiritual master, you've got personal touch. Not that in the air you make a spiritual master. Did you hear that, Sevanidhi? Where are you? Sevanidhi. Not that in the air you make spiritual master, okay? Where is he? There he is. Do you get that? Don't think you're becoming a acharya up there now, okay? Not that in the air, Prabhupada says, you make a spiritual master. You make a spiritual master concrete. So as soon as you make a spiritual master, you should be inquisitive. Hare Krishna. In order to receive the real message of Srimad Bhagavatam, one should approach the current link or spiritual master in the chain of disciplic succession after being initiated by the proper spiritual master. In the chain of succession, one should engage himself in the discharge of tapasya, in the execution of devotional service. So what is tapasya? Tapasya is one of the keys of initiation. The preliminaries to initiation, purushcharyas, etc., all include this, tapa. Ponda, tapa, yaja, like that. What is this tapa?
Austerity. Tapasya is austerity.
Pardon? Well, you could do that. It can also mean suffering, actually. Tapa. But tapa, we're not that we're out just to suffer, Prabhu. You come to this movement to suffer. Not exactly. You probably didn't use that as a line. But austerity, yes. Austerity. We're already suffering enough in this world, even if we don't know it. Tapa. So what tapa are we doing? Tapping your feet on the ground during kirtan, maybe? Tap, 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 tap. Tapping on the mridanga. Tap, 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 tap. Tapping on your computer keys. I think that's the most tapping we do nowadays, isn't it, on the computer keys? Mobile. No, what's that tapa?
Following the instructions.
Following the instructions of the spiritual master. Well, maybe in the beginning we kind of chip and choose, don't we? We follow those we like and don't follow those we don't like. We go to the spiritual master, sometimes. Or any devotee come to that. Anyone who's guiding us in spiritual life, they're all spiritual masters. We go to them, say, Maharaj, Prabhu, Mataji, whatever it is, what shall I do? What service can I do for you? Well, what would be best? And then you suggest something. You say, well, I don't think I can do that. Can you suggest something else? And then you suggest something else, then something else, and something else. And eventually I say, well, what do you want to do? Well, I just want to read all day long. Okay, then just read all day long. Then the devotee goes out of the room and says, Guru Maharaj just told me I have to read all the time. Don't ask me to do any service, okay? This happens so often, so often. That is not tapasya. It's something. That's why he gives it to you. Prabhupada did that even with divorce, He actually said to somebody, yeah, you can get divorced. And I said, I thought you would. He said, but they're going to do it anyway. So at least they'll feel like they're still in the family, We'll accommodate that. But that's not the proper process. That's not what it means. That's not sarvadharma pritya. It's not the goal. To be submissive. Because we have to accept that. Initiation means we've accepted that. We're willing to perform that tapasya. Prabhupada would send devotees on the spot, to Maha Krishna Maharaj for different reasons. He could say extraordinary reasons, but right on the spot, he sent him off to China. Yesterday was his Theravada. He did the same thing there with the other one. Harikesh, his servant. Harikesh. Harikesh was always saying, Srila Prabhupada, I want to go and preach. And then eventually Prabhupada said, all right, you go. You go to the Eastern Bloc, you go to Russia, you go to, I was communist about that. Then he started, no, Prabhupada, I want to stay with you. It was like, Prabhupada, no, you're going. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. And eventually he had to go. Prabhupada ordered him. And then when he was there, he said, Srila Prabhupada, I can't stay here. There's nothing to eat. They only eat meat. There's nothing much to eat here. Meat and potatoes. Prabhupada then wrote back and said, then you eat meat and potatoes. I've sent you there to preach, not to eat. You preach. But we're not on that level. Pure devotees can do that, We're just trying to follow their footsteps and carry on what they want. Others may feel differently, but that's the idea. To spread this message to everyone. Wherever you're from, every one of us should be like this, spreading this message in whatever way we can to others. Of course, we have to apply it in ourselves in our own life. The only stipulation is that the spiritual master should be bona fide, must be in the proper chain of disciplic succession called the parampara. This is a very nice process, Prabhupada said. Even others do not take it very seriously, or they do not come to our philosophy. If you try for it, that is your business. Krishna will be satisfied. Our acharyas will be satisfied. Guru Maharaj will be satisfied, and Prasada Bhagavat. If they are satisfied, your business is finished. You see? That means by satisfying the devotees, by satisfying the Lord's representative, Krishna is pleased, and that's our goal. Whatever we are, that doesn't matter, as long as Krishna is happy. That's the whole mood that we're following, the mood of the Gopas, isn't it? That's all they're thinking about, as long as Krishna's, let me suffer, as long as Krishna's happy. Whatever will make him happy. Not that others is satisfied or not. By your chanting, some public is satisfied. No, we're not concerned with that. He may be satisfied or not satisfied. But if I chant in the proper way, and we're coming back to Nam Diksha. Nam Diksha is the initiation into the chanting. But it's not, that's only the beginning. Most of our chanting could be a bit better. I don't know what everyone thinks, but it's quite likely their chanting could be a little bit better. What do we mean by a little bit better? What would you say? How do you think you can improve your chanting? Since chanting is, we haven't got much time, but chanting as a Yuga Dharma is the only way in Kali Yuga to attain perfection. So how can we improve our chanting? Or what do you think? Maybe you don't want to. That's the main point, isn't it? Do we want to? Do we have the desire to? Or are we lazy? Do we want to improve our chanting? I don't know. Anyone got any suggestions? Yes, sir.
Be more attentive while chanting.
Try to be more attentive while chanting, to the holy name, of course. The mind wanders like anything else, we all know that. Anything else?
Chant with other devotees.
Chant with other, okay, you could make a massive list here, couldn't you? You can make a big list. I even think how I can chant more. What are we trying to chant? Are we just trying to finish our rounds? Are we trying to chant like machines that, you can record the chanting perfectly? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Put it on your mobile. The mobile will go back to Godhead if you just play it. You may not go back to Godhead. The mobile was chanting perfectly, wasn't it? I don't know if that was perfect, but it's as good as I can do. Your mobile is back to Godhead. Please give me a call when you get back to Godhead. What do we mean? Chanting perfectly. And he probably even said attentively. He was asked that question in Nairobi. He said, yes, Prabhu.
Perhaps Maharaj, hearing attentively,
Hearing attentively. Really attentively. Yeah.
Nothing else.
That's really good. I mean, that's definitely at our stage. This is a sign that we really want. We really want to be with Krishna or serve Krishna. We're trying to hear him. But even more than that, they could say, let's say beyond that even. At our stage, that's a pretty high aspiration. But let's go a little bit higher. Well, not higher, deeper, let's say. What did Prabhupada said in Nairobi? Yeah, maybe you got some inspiration. Yes, Mata.
Avoiding the 10 offenses while chanting.
Avoiding the 10 offenses. Okay, there we go. Lord Chaitanya said that very clearly. The chant without offense. Mata?
Be in the right mood.
Pardon?
In the right mood.
In the right mood. What's the right mood?
Sweet, loving.
Yeah, love. It's interesting. Prabhupada said in Nairobi, one devotee or one guest said, how can we improve the quality of our chanting? Prabhupada said, you'll come to the quality when you come to the quality. Quality is love. Real chanting. We want to come to that platform of chanting with love, and all these other things like attentive, avoiding the offenses, and so on. They're essential parts of approaching, receiving from the bona fide disciplic succession, following the process. This is the means which they've given, but ultimately it depends on the mercy of Krishna. When we please his pure devotee, he'll remove the obstacles from our path. So we can come to that platform. So what type of chanting do we want to do? It's not just mechanical, I'm just going to listen carefully. Hare Krishna. This is very important. It's necessary to avoid inattentive chanting and to be attentive. But what are we really trying? We're coming to Shuddhanam, pure chanting. The moment we may be chanting with offense or some mixed form of chanting, we want to come to the platform of pure chanting. What is pure chanting? Chanting which brings pleasure to Krishna. Complete pleasure to Krishna. There is no separatist endeavor or agenda in our endeavor to chant. And chanting is indeed, again and again we hear this, is the most important activity amongst all the important activities. Chanting is supreme. Lord Chaitanya said this many times, Prabhupada has mentioned it numerous times, that this chanting is the most important of all the limbs of devotional service. But chanting alone, it must be with hearing. Hearing, we have to hear. Not just the chanting, we have to hear the words of the spiritual master, the words of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, the words of Srimad Bhagavatam, carefully from the right source, and try to digest, try to allow them to enter into rapt attention. Prabhupada uses this word, rapt attention. But in order to listen or hear with that attention, one has to be pure in mind. To be pure in mind, we have to be pure in our eating, sleeping, mating, defending, in all of our activities. So there are also principles there. Otherwise we will not be able to hear properly. We won't hear. We may chant, but we won't hear properly. There's the hearing, which is it's like food. You may have some wonderful, organic, all real good food, and healthy food. But what's the use if you don't digest it? Doesn't do much good, does it? It has to be digested. Subject matter has to be digested. We have to hear it carefully, especially from the right source. What better source do we have than Prabhupada? Thousands of lectures are there. Hundreds of books are there. Isn't it? We're just passing it on. Making that connection, plug in, but the same message should be coming through. So you get energized, you get that spiritual energy if we allow it. But if our plug is, the wrong plug or it's rusty or something, we won't meet them. We have to be submissive hearing. That is my business. By your chin, if they are satisfied, then your business is finished. That's the pure devotees, you see. Not necessarily others are satisfied. By your chanting, some public is satisfied? No, we're not concerned with that. He may be satisfied or not. But if I chant in the proper way, then my predecessors, the acharyas, will be satisfied. That is my business finished. If I don't invent in my own way, so I'm very glad that Krishna sent so many nice boys and girls to help me. Be blessed on this auspicious day. And there is nothing mine. I'm simply a postal peon. I am delivering to you what I have heard from my Guru Maharaj. Simply you also act in the same way, and you will be happy, and the world will be happy, and Krishna will be happy, and everything will be happy. Lecture of Prabhupada in 1969. One time Prabhupada also wrote, we're not interested in satisfying a pack of asses. We will preach to the sun and the moon, even if no one comes. Our only desire is to receive a certificate, not literally, but you get the idea, from Krishna, that he has pleased me. That he has tried to please me like this. That's all that counts. Even if no one else is interested. Make that our goal of life. How to please Krishna. There are so many verses we haven't got time. Every student, Prabhupada says, and so this is something to think about. Every student is expected to become acharya. Acharya means one who knows the scriptural injunctions and follows them practically in life, and teaches them to his disciples. I have given you sannyas with a great hope that in my absence you will preach the cult throughout the world, and thus become recognized by Krishna as the most sincere servant of the Lord. Prabhupada wants that. He was so pleased when he sees his devotees advance. So I am very pleased that you have not deviated from the principles I have taught, and thus with power of attorney, go on preaching Krishna consciousness, That will make me very happy, as it is confirmed in the Guru Ashtakam, Yesha Prasad Bhagavat Prasad. Just by satisfying your spiritual master, who is accepted as the bona fide representative of the Lord, you satisfy Krishna immediately, without any doubt. Keep trained up very rigidly, and then you are a bona fide guru, and you can accept disciples on the same principle. But as a matter of etiquette, this is another subject. It is the custom, as a matter of etiquette, it is the custom that during the lifetime of your spiritual master, you bring the prospective disciples to him, and in his absence or disappearance, you can accept disciples without any limitation. This is the law of disciplic succession. I want to see my disciples become bona fide spiritual master and spread Krishna consciousness very widely. That will make me and Krishna very happy. And that applies to everyone. Whatever we may describe or understand of the spiritual master, we should all become representatives. As Lord Chaitanya has requested, Yaradeki Tarakara Krishna Upadesh, that everyone, wherever you are, preach this Krishna consciousness, give it to others, you become a spiritual master and liberate everyone in the land. Whatever form it is. Spiritual master is one who's heard from a bona fide spiritual master and is passing on the same message. Okay, well, time is running out. There's so much we could read. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I wish I could read the rest, but our time doesn't allow. But just a quick mention for those who are taking Nam Diksha, or even for those who have already taken Nam Diksha, those who don't know, was mentioned by one of the wonderful devotees here today, that to avoid the 10 offenses while chanting the holy name, also inattention was mentioned. We want to follow the process of chanting, the transformation between chanting mechanically.
Mechanical folks.
That's mechanical chanting. Chanting sounds like that sometimes, huh? Sometimes. Sometimes it almost sounds like that. So many varieties of chanting there. Even the simple, this is the simple ABC, isn't it? It's not even a quality in chanting. We're not even chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, Rama. Sometimes it's like that, missing out all the words, yeah, almost like Krishna. That's like, that's if you're awake. Huh? Pardon?
No, that's moving it.
Yeah, well, I moved it with my nose. I fell asleep, so that's what happens when you fall asleep. At least try to pronounce the words, the best we can. If you want to make an impression with someone, you at least try to pronounce their name as best. They realize you may not be able to. You're from Tamil Nadu or something. I don't know. Venkatesh Leela goes on and on sometimes. Excuse anyone from Tamil Nadu, but sometimes it's difficult to pronounce the name. Or if you're in France, nobody can pronounce the name, unless you're French. But that's not the point that we're trying. We're trying to be respectful. Try to be respectful to Radha and Krishna. Try to pronounce their names. And it's not just about just chanting a certain number of rounds. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, that's a sure sign of inattentive chanting if you think you've finished your rounds. That means that we have not been attentive, in the real sense of the word. You may be mechanically attentive, which is okay. Devotional service starts off with mechanical chanting. We don't start off with pure chanting. Shuddhanam, that's the goal of chanting. And then, of course, beyond that, relationship with Krishna. But yeah, I'm trying to avoid these offenses in chanting. So if you know something's wrong or displeasing to Krishna, we don't know much about Krishna. We only know a little bit what Prabhupada's given us. Most people don't know anything at all. What they do know is wrong. But we've heard a little bit about Krishna's unlimited qualities from Krishna. But we do know one thing, that in our stage of chanting the holy name, which is the only means of attaining that platform of prema or Shuddha, pure devotional service in this age of Kali. Why is he squeaking? Somebody's got the squeak back there. What is that squeaking noise? Is that the fire alarm or what is it? Pardon? Smoke alarm?
Safety features.
Is somebody smoking back there? Or what's going on? That's the first principle you should know. I hope you've all given up smoking, have you? Why is it going off? Too much sweat or what?
Battery
Pardon?
runs out, it makes
Oh, low battery, okay. That's what happens to us when our battery runs out, we squeak. Start crying. Yeah, the 10 offenses against the holy name. This is the process problem. Lord Chaitanya says he has no taste for chanting because I'm committing offenses. That's his own words. Of course he's not, but he's speaking for us. Feels like that. So the transformation. The transformation is the mercy of the pure devotee when we get that opportunity to associate with the pure devotee of the Lord and hear what the process of pure devotional service is. Follow that process, and it takes time. We start where we are and we try to improve, that's all. So try to avoid these offenses. What are those offenses in chanting? Anybody? Okay, you can sit here, you're qualified for initiation. Just sit over. Sannyas, was it? You said you know? First initiation, the qualification for initiation was very severe. Prabhupada said a very, very difficult test for initiation. There were three really difficult questions to answer. One is, who are you? 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 You're all the same, you're all robots here. Who are you? Didn't hear it. But this is the question he asked. He said, who are you? And the boy, he'd only come for the second time, he said, servant of Krishna. No, I'm spirit soul. He didn't say servant of Krishna. He said, I'm a spirit soul. I'm a spirit soul. And who is Krishna? He said, God. And what's your relation with Krishna? He said, servant. Prabhupada said, you can sit in on the initiation now. Standards have risen a little bit since then, I think. Is that still the standard in Brisbane, Janardhan Prabhu? Not quite, huh? That was before anyone got this. Prabhupada was just somehow or another, just trying to get the ball rolling. But now we want things to be a little bit more, let's say, serious, a little bit more beneficial for the overall growth of this movement. So there are standards to be followed. So this is one of them. We try to avoid the offenses in chanting. And the first one is to blaspheme the devotees, particularly those who've dedicated their lives to spreading the holy name all over the world. To criticize them, what to speak of, to blaspheme them is an offense, to be envious of them and so on. Second one, that will block our chanting. Yeah? To consider the names of other devas. They may be very great servants of the Lord and doing amazing service, but they are servants of the Lord. To consider the head of the executive, of the exchequer, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, if you call it that here, the head of the Home Office, to be the Prime Minister is not correct. They're working underneath him. They're working under his direction. They're supposed to be. They have great power of attorney, but they're not independent. They have to accept that secondary position. So they all do that, but sometimes out of material reasons, we miss the point. Their role, at least in this world, is to officiate on behalf of Krishna, the various responsibilities of the universe. And many people worship them or go to them because they're able to provide material facilities by the grace of Krishna. But if we think they're also God like that, that's basically Mayavad philosophy, personalistic philosophy. Or to think it's all one. Think I'm God, there is no God. This is offensive. Third offense?
Disobey the order of the spirit.
Disobey. As the process of becoming or pleasing Krishna is to follow the order of the spiritual master, anyone can understand that by disobeying the order of the spiritual master, you're not pleasing Krishna. It's not difficult logic to understand that. The fourth one?
Blasphemy of Vedic literature.
Yeah, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. That means other literatures, and we gave the example last night of law, that in law you get the law books and then you get the very precedents where different cases to explain in a living way the law, the spirit of the law. So other literatures which also are in the same spirit should never be blasphemed. They may not be appropriate to us, we may not understand them, but they should not be criticized. Fifth offense?
To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna.
Imagination. Sixth offense?
Mundane interpretation.
Yeah, to give a material interpretation of the holy name, or to think the glories of the holy name are just there to give some impetus to us, but they're not. The glories of the holy name may not be experienced by us right now because we're not chanting purely, or on a certain level we're not experiencing them, but on certain levels they will be experienced, and they exist eternally. Eighth offense? Was it seventh? Seventh offense. Seventh offense?
Chanting of the
Commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy names. Common. We pray to God, forgive me. We don't pray to God, please release me from my offences or from my whatever, displeasing behaviour. Now, eighth offence. Come on, some of the initiates, come on. Or not initiates, candidates. Eighth offence against the holy name. Brahmins. Eighth offence. Are you like the butterflies in your stomach have taken over or what? They've turned into butterflies.
To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the ritualistic.
activity.
Good, you got it, yeah. Consider it on the same level as ordinary ritualistic yajnas or mantras and so on, which are all for material reasons, or maybe for liberation also. But they're not to deliver prema. The Hare Krishna mantra is the topmost, called Paraka Brahma mantra. The topmost spiritual mantra is the Hare Krishna mantra. Come directly from the spiritual world into this world, giving us this chance to enter into Goloka Vrindavan, Golokara Premadana, Harinama Sankirtan. Other mantras are for different reasons. They may be beneficial towards it or not, but they're not on the same level. My mantra is everything, Krishna in full. Namachintamani Krishna's Chaitanya. Be not one namanamina, it's non-different than Krishna. Ninth offense.
Faithless person.
Yeah, no, let the initiate know candidates. So you're very good, you're really Superman. You're definitely getting qualified for the next stage. But control yourself, you've got to learn to control your senses. What was that?
To instruct a faithless person on.
To instruct a faithless person about the glories of, not the holy name, but the glories of the holy name. We try to get everyone to chant, we try to get dogs to chant, but everyone. But we don't get into the details of the glories of the holy name, just chant and be happy or something. Prabhupada says to initiate those who are not qualified, actually, when he's talking. 10th offense. Pardon?
Sorry, Narrator, talking about to chant the holy name inattentively, not paying attention as you chant.
What was that?
Sorry, Maharaj, to chant the name inattentively, not to...
That's Prabhupada says that is, you really are serious about this. That's Prabhupada said. Sometimes he included that, by the way, in the 10 offences directly. Sometimes he added it to the 10 offences. There's one other offence which is the 10th, normally listed. Not always, but normally the 10th offence. What is that? To maintain material attachments. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Or to consider, yeah, to maintain material attachments. So the actual translation is to identify yourself with the body. To think you're the body, and thus maintain material attachments. But yesterday, what did we read yesterday, Doug? Oranga?
Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela.
Don't worry about that, but what did Prabhupada say about it? What, 10th offense. That was true. We read the Chaitanya Charitamrita yesterday. We read it the day before and today as well.
In spite of
Prabhupada said, in spite of chanting the holy name, we still maintain material attachments. He didn't say anything about understanding or hearing. He said instead, although we're chanting, we still attach to the material world. But you can take that as you like. But you can see that this attachment is blocking our advancement. So, and of course, to be attentive as much as we can. So now we're going to move on with the program. Time is already past time. 1 hour's up. Now we're going to move forward with the Namakarana next. Is that right? Ranshore?
Yes.
You want that or not? You want to go straight into the yajna, or what do you want to do? We're going to do Namakarana now, is it?
Yeah, okay. We have to chant the mantras for the Archman. Still,
They didn't do that already?
no, they didn't.
You didn't do Achman already in the beginning?
We have to chant the mantra for the Archman.
Well, have you changed the neck beats?
Yes, the neck beats are changed.
Neck beats are changed, garlands are on. Anything else? Any other preliminaries?
Everything else is completed.
So what else has to be done before Namakarana?
We have to do the
Mantras.
for the Archman.
The
Om
Achman.
Apavitra Pavitra Vaha.
Okay, is there
We have
anything
to
else?
chant
Then?
that,
And
and
then?
then we're done. I've done the Stampana, I've chanted. I've invited Lord Vishnu. I've done the arti already. Yeah.
Great. Will that take just 5 minutes? Huh? 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just get myself ready.
Everyone please repeat. Om. Om. Apavitra. Apavitra. Pavitra va.
Pavitra va
Sarvavastam.
sarvavastam.
Rato. Apiva.
Hey,
Yatsmare.
where are the birds?
Pundarikaksha. Sa. Vaya.
Find them.
Vayantarha. Suchi. Shri Vishnu.
Shri Vishnu.
Shri Vishnu.
Let me give me my computer.
And the translation. Purified or unpurified, or having been through all situations, one who remembers the lotus-eyed Supreme Lord is cleansed within and without. We've got a group of devotees here with the 5 scriptures. Please put up your hand. Okay, so when we start the yagya, you should read loud. And then we have a group of devotees here reading Brahma-samarita. Who are you? Yes. I think we need a microphone. Sunset. You have to read, you have to chant loud. And the rest of the devotees are going to chant the mantras with me. I'm going to light the fire, and we will begin chanting.
Is there any
Okay.
we can read any chapter or
Anyway, yeah.
What have you got? You got Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, Maharaj.
One, it should be 4 different shastras.
5. We've got 5.
It's okay, you can have 5, but 4 is enough. Four's
okay.
enough. Normally it represents the 4 Vedas on the 4 corners. So it's best if one, you won't be able to do that probably, but one maybe, I don't know, this side may not be possible. You could go there. One over there, one over there, one over there. And a little kirtan somewhere. Quiet, nice, beautiful kirtan. Start, please. Please start with the obeisances. So first respect to Guru and then Gauranga. So who do we have? They have the readers. They're all set up.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the Namkarana? I haven't given the names.
We have to do the names.
Huh?
Yeah.
What do you do it first, only before the
We
yajna?
should do the names now.
Pardon?
Yeah, we should do the names now.
Yeah, we normally do it before the yajna. In my case, it was after, by the way. I did the yajna first, but that's not let's say, it doesn't change the general rule. So now the fire is burning, so very, very careful when you come forward. It's too crowded in this room to go here, there, and everywhere. So I'm just going to ask you both of you, they're husband and wife. Manoj and Megan are husband and wife, and they can come here together to receive their. You may have to move some of these plates. They will not be able to get through otherwise unless they walk through the fire. And I don't think they're quite ready for that yet. Can you just make a little space for them to walk through? They'll have to offer their obeisances this way. Move those tulsi leaves, tulsi sticks. Move the sticks. You'll have to offer your obeisances this way. I don't want you to have your feet towards Gorni Tai. You may have to move the camera back a little bit, I don't know. Okay, if you give them space to Prabhupada, then just come up here. Say something about them, Varshana.
Well, as we said before, Manoj Prabhu has done wonderful service serving prasadam. He serves prasadam every single Saturday night at the Saturday.
Everyone
feast.
quiet, please.
He also organises prasadam serve out at the Sunday whenever we have festivals. And as I said, whenever we need something done for festivals, like if we need chairs or tables, Manoj Prabhu can just organise things. He's really good at saving Lakshmi for the temple and
Both hands on the ground.
making sure the
Both
logistics work.
Both hands on the ground.
Marge is talking about how, being part of the team, and Mataji and Prabhu are very much part of our team, and we get so much benefit from their wonderful services. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Varshana. Thank you all very much. Stay together, work together. Difficulties come and go. Differences of opinion are welcome. We work cooperatively together. Hare Krishna. So, who's first, ladies or gentlemen? Very humble. Hare Krishna. Your good wife wants you first. And if she's too nervous, she can remember from you. I really love this new hairstyle. It's amazing. Try to get a seeker. There's a little bit sticking up there. Hare Krishna. So what are the 4 regulated principles, Manoj?
So no meditating,
No meeting? No meetings, okay. Good idea. Okay.
meditating, no toxic, no drink, and no illicit health or sex.
No meat eating, no intoxication, no drinking. You can drink water. Anything else?
And
No.
no illicit sex.
And one more.
Illicit sex.
Yeah, well, there's one more. No meat eating, no intoxication, no
No gambling.
illicit sex, no gambling. Good. He doesn't gamble, does he?
No.
No gambling. Okay, good. And how many? Where's the beads? Where are they? Here they are. Which one's yours? This one. And how many rounds a day of japa?
A minimum 16.
Minimum 16 rounds daily of japa. Prabhupada would like us to chant on the beads. I know as working people sometimes it's a challenge, but this is a challenge we should try to take up and do. And try to chant without offense as much as you can. It's got your name on there, but I didn't put the new name on. Maybe you can take it off. The name given by Srila Prabhupada to one of my dear godbrothers. He's a very humble devotee, a very sweet devotee. He's from Indian descent. He lives in Madhya Pradesh. He's head temple president of the Indore temple. Indore is the name of the city. It doesn't mean indoors. Indore. And very nice, beautiful. He refers to the serve. We're all trying to serve the Supreme Lord, but this name is a great servant of the great personalities. Your name is Mahaman Das Adhikari. Mahaman Prabhu Ki Jai. Here we go. Put them in the bead bag. Now Megan, your beloved wife, you can come forward. There's just here. Don't worry, Varshan is behind you giving you support. Don't be nervous. Don't whisper in her ear, okay? No whispering. What are the 4 regulated principles?
No intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating, and no illicit sex.
Very confidently, well done. And the minimums? I don't know, how many rounds? 16 rounds. If you can chant more on the Kadashi, it's very good. If you can, if you have time, please do. And I'll play it, Srila Prabhupada, all the devotees, the deities, in front of the day as you're making this step forward in your devotional service by the grace of Prabhupada. We're now officially entering his unending, unlimited family of ISKCON. So I give you a name which is, it refers to Radharani also, but it's a name which means very charming, very attractive. Your name is Manjula Devidasi. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Manjula Devidasi ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So now we'll proceed with the yajna.
Yes.
You can return to the bead bag. Put the beads in the bag. You can hang it around your neck if you want, or give it to a friend. Give it to someone nearby. Hare Krishna.
Everybody repeat. Om Jnana Niramandasya Jnana Jana
Kirtan.
Shalakaya Chakshu Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Namo Vistas Stapita Jaina Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamaya Tadati Swam Padamtikam Swaha
It's red hot. It's too dangerous. Shri Guru
Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupa Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathita Samsajivam Savadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sarita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Rupa Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathita Savadvaitam Savadutam
Sahajana
Sarita
Raghunathan
Krishna Chaitanya
Devam
Shri Radha
Radha
Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri
Vishaka and Vitamscha say into Dunamag. Namo
Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
Into Dunamag.
Swami
Itinam into Dunamag.
Namo
Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namahe Lasarasarambi Vamsivata Tatastitaha Karsha Venuspane Gopi Gopinataha Shriyu Stunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutai Devi
Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Swaha, Swaha, Jaya Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Swaha, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Swaha, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Swaha, Purnahuti, loss of license. Everybody please stand.
All device. The essence of all advice is that one utilize, 24 hours a day.
Hold your banana.
Hold your bananas. 2 hands.
Please hold bananas in prayer.
Kirtan, keep the kirtan going.
Namo Brahmanaya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitayacha Jagat Dikyaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Shri Vishnu Swaha and all the leftover grains as we offer.
All grains.
Mantratas, Tantratas, Jidvam, Desha, Kalaha, Vastutaha, Sarvam, Karoti, Nischitram, Antu Sankirtanam, Yava, Srimad Bhagavatam 8:23-16. There may be discrepancies in pronouncing the mattress and observing the regular principles. And moreover, there may be discrepancies in regarding to the time, the place, the persons, and the paraphernalia. But when the Lordship's holy name is chanted, everything is faultless. Roaring Kirtan, please.
Roaring, roar!
Roaring Kirtan.
Das. हाँ दाऊजी दास दाऊजी
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Let us go around.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Blocking the way that we can't stay there. Nobody here to stop. It's too crowded
Hare
everywhere.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
You take it over there behind those people.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Here.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Leave it, leave it, leave it. Get the pictures, nipping at them. Take this table away if you can. All this house made, especially that.
I don't know if we can get away with it or not, maybe not. We'll put it somewhere a little bit more out of the sight of the way.
Just a little offering. Maharaj also there's a this is for the deities, your deities. You ask.
Thank you. Marvelous. That's just what we need.
Lakshmi Priya Mataji said that you need for their deities.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.